Hello everyone, let's start with the part 2 of fundamentals of economics. Okay, the first topic for today is subject matter of economics or the branches of economics. So economics has got two branches, microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics is studying the behavior of single economic unit, whereas macroeconomics studies the economic behavior, studies the economy as a whole. Here we are studying the behavior. What kind of behavior? We are studying the economic behavior of single economic units. Let me give an example. Let's say so let's say this is the economy. It consists of house number one, and then it consists of house number two, house number three. So this is what the economy consists of. This is the entire economy. This is one, this is house number two, and this is house number three. Okay, and this entire thing, let's refer to this as economy. So this is the economy. Now, what is microanalysis? What is macroanalysis? Let us understand with respect to this economy that we have created. So when I say that household one, when I study the behavior of only household one, and then I pass a judgment that this has to happen in the entire economy based on my study of household one, that is referred to as microeconomics. In microeconomics, we're analyzing one single economic unit and passing judgment for the whole economy, for example. Or else you can even say that you're studying one firm, you're studying just one firm, or you're studying some one or two firms, or you're studying just one industry, and you're saying that what the entire economy has to be doing. So basically, based on your observation of one economic or a single economic unit or units, you're passing judgment for the entire economy. That is called microeconomics. In macroeconomics, what we're doing is we are studying the whole economy. We are studying the entire economy, okay, which consists of these three houses. We're studying this entire economy, and then we are saying what household one, two, or three has to do based on a research of the entire economy. That's the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So microeconomics studying the behavior of single economic unit, for example, household, firms, etc. And the microeconomics examines the efficient allocation of resources, how resources has to be allocated. That is examined by the microeconomics in order to maximize the output and social welfare. So in order to maximize the output, in order to maximize the social welfare, how the resource has to be efficiently allocated is examined by microeconomics. And microeconomics is concerned with the theories like factor pricing, welfare economics, product pricing. These all are based on theories with regards to microeconomics. Next is macroeconomics. In this, we're studying the economy as a whole. For example, in macroeconomics, we see topics like inflation, unemployment, employment. When inflation is stated, there are statements like inflation is 5%, and this 5% refers to the entire economy. We're not saying in this for this unit it is 5%, for that unit it is 6%. We're not saying like that. We're saying for the entire economy, inflation is 5%. So this is something which represents the entire economy as a whole. The entire economy as a whole. Whereas in macroeconomics, it's not that way. We're talking just about a single household firm, and then we're saying that okay, this is how is happening in this household, so this the same thing we'll apply to the entire economy and say that this is how the economy should function. Here we're seeing that okay, this is what's happening in the entire economy, so this must be happening in each of these households. That's a difference again. And the theories in macroeconomics are theories of savings and investments, general price level, etc. And macroeconomics determines the total output of goods and services in the economy. Microeconomics and macroeconomics are interdependent on each other. Both these branches of economics are not just complementary to each other, but we can say that they're supplementary to each other. Let's understand the meaning of the words complementary and supplementary. Let's take the example of biryani. Let's take the example of biryani. So this is a biryani. With biryani, With biryani, what do we like eating? We like eating, some people like eating it with salad. Some people like eating biryani with onions. So let's say these two items are there. Now, this salad and these onions are complementary to biryani. So salad and onions are complementary to biryani. In case of supplement, this biryani consists is made of rice. So rice is a supplement. Rice is a supplement of biryani. Why is rice a supplement? Rice is supplement because without rice there's no existence, there's no value of this biryani. How can you make a biryani without rice? So rice is a supplement. It is supplement. So supplement is anything if on its removal, if that particular item cannot be produced itself, that is called as supplement. So this becomes a supplement. So rice is supplementary to biryani, whereas salad and onion is complementary to biryani. So in this case, macroeconomics and microeconomics, they're just not complementary to each other. They are even supplement. They are supplementary to each other. And both of these have the same goal. And their goal is maximization of material welfare of the nation. Both microeconomics and macroeconomics aim at maximization of material welfare of the nation. Material welfare refers to welfare which can be monetized. Like in monetary terms, we can refer to it. For example, the production of wheat. We can quote it in terms of rupees, how much it is. That is leading to the welfare of people. So that is material welfare, whose value can be mentioned in terms of money. So maximization of material welfare of the country is the common goal of both these branches of economics. And next important thing is studying both these branches is very important because that only will help us to understand economics completely and to gain knowledge of economics completely. And another point that we have to note is maximization of material welfare of the country is achieved by microeconomics through optimum allocation of resources. Through optimum allocation of resources, this goal of maximization of material welfare is achieved by microeconomics. In case of macroeconomics, the same goal of maximization of material welfare of the country, maximization of the material welfare of the country is achieved by full utilization of productive resources of the economy, is achieved by full utilization of the productive resources of the economy. So in case of microeconomics, the goal is maximization of material welfare, but the ways to achieve this goal is different. In microeconomics, we are achieving this goal of maximization of material welfare. We are achieving this goal by achieving optimum allocation of resources. Whereas in case of macroeconomics, we are achieving the same goal of maximization of material welfare through achieving full utilization of productive resources of the country. So here we are trying to fully utilize the productive resources of the country in order to achieve maximization of material welfare. And in macroeconomics, we are trying to achieve optimal allocation of resources in order to achieve the goal of maximization of material welfare. Now the question is economics an art or science? We have seen the definition of economics, we have seen the scope and the branches of economics. So now we need to figure out what is economics. It is coming under arts or is coming under science? And the answer to this question is economics is both an art as well as a science. And under science, it comes under social science. And why is it coming under social science? Social science is one of the branches of science itself. And this branch of science, that is social science, is devoted to the study of societies. It is devoted to the study of societies and the relationship among individuals within that societies. That's why economics comes under the branch of social science, because even in economics we are studying the economic activities of the people. The second point to note is Economics is also systematic body of knowledge. Economics is also systematic body of knowledge because it is explaining the cause and effect relationship between various variables. For example, in the law of demand, we see that how the law of demand explains relationship between price and demand. So in that way, it is even a systematic body of knowledge that establishes the cause and effect relationship between various economic variables. In the given example, the economic variables were price and demand. The next point is about the economic laws. Economic laws have certain assumptions and it states what takes place when those assumptions or conditions are fulfilled. For example, let's take the law of demand. In the law of demand, there are a lot of assumptions. In the law of demand, we assume that other things being constant, this particular phenomenon occurs. So those other things which are constant refers to income, substitutes, etc., etc. So there are a lot of things that are assumed to be constant. Only then the law of demand has been written. So if all the factors were taken into consideration, the scenario would be different. So economic laws are also acting like scientific laws, which also have certain conditions based on which the scientific laws are written. Even in scientific laws, they mention that provided this situation is existing, then this particular phenomenon occurs. Similarly, economic laws have got assumptions, which states that when certain things are constant or certain things are assumed in a certain environment, this particular phenomenon or this particular law is holding true. The next point is economics is an art. So now let's see why economics is an art. In all these previous points, we can see that it is pointing towards economics being a science. So these points pointed towards economics being a science. Now let's see why economics can be understood as an art. Economics is an art because it provides basic guidelines or rules which can be used to solve various economic problems. For example, the theory of production guides the producers to equate marginal revenue and marginal cost. So, if there's a producer and that producer is aware of economics and he has studied microeconomics, then probably he'll think of finding his marginal revenue, he'll think of finding out his marginal cost and try to equate it. So why is he doing this? Because of his knowledge of economics. Similarly, even the law of demand does the same. The law of demand also teaches us not the law of demand, even in economics, the way we study, we get to know a lot of things. For example, we know that at this particular income level we have to spend how much, or how much we need to consume at a particular income level. All these small knowledge, all the small kinds of information, knowledge that we are having is through economics. So the study of economics will help in gaining such knowledge, which can also be understood as an art, because economics is providing guidelines, it's providing basic guidelines which is helping to solve our everyday day-to-day life problems. The last point is economics is dealing with various practical aspects as well as theoretical aspects of economic problems. Every economic problem will have a theoretical aspect. The theoretical aspect is hinting towards it being economics being a science, and economic problems will also have a practical aspect, and this is hinting towards economics being an art. So economics is dealing with various practical aspects as well as theoretical aspects of economic problems. Hence, economics is both an art as well as a science. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you.